When Legends Collide. The real story behind Drake and Kendrick's crown war. Look, before we get into this, let me tell you something real quick. If you're not subscribed to Celeb Cloak yet, you're playing yourself. Dead serious. We're out here bringing you the raw, unfiltered truth about hip-hop's biggest names, and you're gonna want to catch every single drop. Hit that subscribe button right now, because what I'm about to tell you is going to rewire everything you thought you knew about the throne. So, let's talk about two names that make the entire industry hold its breath.
Drake.
Kendrick Lamar. 39 and 38 years old respectively, born barely a year apart, but somehow living in completely different universes. You got Drake, born October '86, the Toronto kid who turned October into a whole mood, who made it acceptable for rappers to sing about their feelings, who built an empire on being vulnerable one minute and flexing the next. Then you got Kendrick, June '87, straight out of Compton, the lyrical assassin who treats every 16 bars like it's the last sermon he'll ever preach. 1 year and 4 months separate them, but the gap between their legacies? That's where things get interesting. Here's what they don't tell you in those think pieces and Twitter debates. Drake hit the scene first, came through with Thank Me Later in 2010, and changed the whole game. This man really made it cool to rap about your ex at 3 in the morning, made it acceptable to be soft and hard in the same breath, turned Toronto into a hip-hop mecca when everybody was sleeping on the city. He was 23, had the cosign from Lil Wayne, and proceeded to run the charts for over a decade straight. Numbers don't lie. This man has more plaques than some rappers have songs. But then 2012 rolled around, and Kendrick Lamar dropped Good Kid, Mad City, and suddenly the conversation shifted. 25 years old, and this man gave us a cinematic masterpiece that read like a novel, sounded like a movie, and hit like a confession all at once. Critics lost their minds. Hip-hop purists found their savior. And just like that, the narrative split into two camps, Team Drake, the commercial king, versus Team Kendrick, the artistic genius. And yo, if you're feeling this breakdown right now, show Celeb Cloak some love and smash that subscribe button. We're just getting started, and trust me, you don't want to miss where this goes. Now here's where it gets spicy. 1 year age difference, but their paths to the crown couldn't be more different. Drake built his empire on relatability, on being the soundtrack to your late-night drives, your heartbreaks, your come-ups. He mastered the art of the hit record, understood that in the streaming era, playlist dominance equals cultural dominance. Man studied the game like it was a textbook and then rewrote every chapter. He's the guy who can drop a dance record on Thursday and a street anthem on Friday, and both will chart. That's not luck. That's strategy. Calculated moves from someone who knows exactly what he's doing. Kendrick took the opposite route. Where Drake went wide, Kendrick went deep. Every album is a concept, every verse is intentional, every ad-lib means something. To Pimp a Butterfly wasn't just music, it was a statement, a revolution, a middle finger to anyone who thought hip-hop couldn't be high art. He won a Pulitzer Prize. Let that sink in. A Pulitzer Prize for a rap album. That's not just breaking barriers. That's obliterating them. But here's the thing nobody wants to admit. They needed each other. The tension, the subliminals, the occasional collaboration followed by the shots fired, all of it created this beautiful friction that elevated both of them. When Kendrick jumped on Poetic Justice, it was a moment. When Drake mentioned Kendrick on The Language, people dissected every syllable. And when Kendrick dropped that verse on Control, and called out everybody including Drake, the internet broke. That wasn't beef. That was competition at its finest. Two titans pushing each other to be greater. The streets will debate forever about who's better, who's more influential, who's the real king. Drake's got the numbers. Billions of streams, sold-out arenas worldwide. A cultural impact that transcends music. Kendrick's got the respect, the critical acclaim, the Grammy wins, the undeniable artistic integrity. One's the people's champ, the other's the critic's choice. One soundtracks your life, the other makes you question it. And before we wrap this up, real talk, if you haven't subscribed to Celeb Cloak yet, what are you even doing? We're bringing you content like this every single time. No filter, no fluff, just facts and fire. Hit that button. What's wild is that they're both still here, still relevant, still hungry. At 39 and 38, in a genre that often forgets you by 30, they're both operating at levels most rappers never reach. Drake's still breaking records, Kendrick's still breaking boundaries. The age difference that seemed irrelevant became the foundation for one of hip-hop's most fascinating dynamics. Two generations, two philosophies, two approaches to greatness, all wrapped up in a one-year gap. So who wins? Honestly, we all do. Because excellence recognizes excellence, and whether you're team streaming numbers or team lyrical complexity, you can't deny that both of them changed the game forever. They gave us different blueprints for success, different definitions of what it means to be the best, and in doing so, they expanded what hip-hop could be. That's the real story behind the Crown War. Not beef, not rivalry, evolution. Two masters of the craft, born a year apart, pushing the culture forward in completely different directions, and somehow making all of us better for it. Celeb Club stays bringing you the truth they won't tell you anywhere else. Subscribe, stay locked in, and we'll keep feeding you the real. See you on the next one.